Cheshire Cat. I knew you'd recognize me because, well, I'm always grinning. You heard the expression grin and bear it? Well, me, I grin and share it. Share what? The fun, of course. All the fun and excitement of Wonderland. We're going to have a visitor in a moment. A small young girl named Alice who chased across the field after a white rabbit till she dived down a rabbit hole. Here comes the rabbit now.
Oh dear, I wonder what time it is!
Overtime.
Then I'm late, and the queen will be angry.
Isn't she always?
When that silly girl ran after me, I tumbled down here too fast. Now she's falling down too! I hope the queen doesn't find out.
Why?
Because she might blame me!
This must be Alice.
Oh, Miss Rabbit, wait for me. Oh dear, the queen doesn't like little girls. Oh, she didn't wait.
Why should she? You have not been properly introduced.
I'm Alice.
And I'm the Cheshire Cat. You can call me Chessie.
Oh, I like cats, and Chessie's a nice name. Where am I? I fell so far, I'm all mixed up.
Isn't everybody these days? Don't you really know?
All I know is I have to get back to my sister. We were sitting on the grass playing a little card game when the white rabbit went by.
If you chase after strange rabbits, you shouldn't be surprised if strange things happen.
I've never known a cat that can talk. My cat Dinah just purrs.
None of them can talk where you come from.
I wonder why.
There are lots of things here to wonder about. That's why this place is called Wonderland.
Ooh, Chessie, can you tell me how to get back to where I came from? My parents will be worried about me.
I don't have any family, fortunately.
Why do you say fortunately?
Because all the cream in the saucer is for me.
I'm afraid you're rather selfish.
Isn't everybody?
I don't know everybody.
I hope you get acquainted.
It's good for you to offer, but I really must go home.
Why?
Today's my birthday, and my mother's baking a great big cake with pink icing, and all my friends are coming to my party for me at 5 o'clock.
I never had a birthday party. Anyway, I don't much care for pink icing.
My cat Dinah likes it. I always give her some. What time is it now?
Around 4, I think. Time doesn't matter much down here.
It does to me. If I'm not home by 5 o'clock, my mother and daddy will be sick with worry. Oh, and I won't get any pink icing. Oh my goodness. Poor Dinah.
What now?
She was taking a nap in my dollhouse this morning, and I closed the door. Nobody will know where she is, and she can't get out.
As I said before, too bad.
Don't you care?
I have problems of my own.
Oh dear. Oh dear. What am I going to do?
Don't stamp your foot at me. I might get scared and go away.
No, don't leave me. I need your help.
Too bad.
Quit saying that. Will you please tell me where I ought to go from here?
That depends on where you want to go.
Whichever way will take me home again. I don't much care.
Then it doesn't matter which way you go.
As long as I get somewhere.
You're bound to get somewhere if you walk long enough.
What sort of people live around here?
Assorted sorts.
Assorted. Like a box of tea cakes.
None of us are at all like tea cakes.
Please don't be offended, but I must get home in time for my birthday party.
I should try having a birthday party sometime, if the Queen of Hearts will permit it.
Nobody has to permit a birthday. It just happens.
Maybe where you come from.
I don't think you're very friendly. My cat purrs.
Maybe you don't think at all.
Will the Queen of Hearts help me? She sounds kind-hearted.
First, you jumped down a rabbit hole, and now you're jumping to conclusions. Why should the Queen of Hearts be kind-hearted?
Because of her name.
That's not a very sensible reason.
Will I find her if I go through this door?
Maybe.
But it's locked.
Of course.
A key. Is this the key?
It's a key.
But it won't fit.
Of course.
But how am I going to get through it?
Try going around it.
Thank you. You know, you're not very unfriendly after all.
After all what?
You weren't very nice when I first came.
That's because I don't make friends with just anybody.
But I'm not just anybody. I'm Alice.
And I'm the Cheshire Cat. You know, I'm beginning to like you.
Won't you come with me? I'd be glad to have someone to talk to.
That depends on what you want to talk about.
How to get home again?
Then take that key along and don't lose it.
There's something special about this key?
Yes, very special. It even has a name.
Please help me find the right door.
You'll have to find that on your own.
I thought you were my friend. I'll ask the Queen of Hearts.
You may be sorry if you do.
I wish I knew why you grin all the time. Something funny?
Everything's funny, if you can laugh at it.
There's something strange about the way you keep watching me.
That's because I'm a watch cat.
Did you say watch cat?
Yes. Ever heard of a watchdog? Well, I happen to be a watch cat. Would you like me to watch over you?
Oh, would you please? I've never been away from home before.
And I've never been a watch cat for a little girl before.
Then we are friends.
You'll be seeing me around.
Off with their heads!
What was that?
Don't ask, just get going.
Things moving so fast. I'm a little afraid.
Too afraid to find out what's behind that door?
Not if it helps me get back home again.
That's one of the reasons I grin. Nobody ever knows what's behind any door.
Who are you? My name's Alice, and I'm looking for the Queen of Hearts.
Explain yourself.
I can't explain myself, ma'am, because I'm feeling very mixed up, you see.
I don't see.
All of this is very confusing.
It isn't.
Maybe you won't find it so. But when you turn into a chrysalis and then into a butterfly, I think you feel a bit queer, don't you?
Not a bit.
It would feel very queer to me.
You. Who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are.
Why should I? Wait. I have something important to say.
Yes.
Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No. So you say you're confused.
Because my parents will be worried and I might not get anything to eat for days and days.
Did you ever go to school?
Well, certainly.
Then recite a poem they taught you.
Your old Father William, the young man, said, and your hair has become very white. And yet you insistently stand on your head. But do you think at your age it is right? Oh, dear me, that came out all wrong.
Don't blame me.
I've never seen a blue caterpillar before.
It's a very good color, under the circumstances.
What circumstances?
Well, sometimes that can be black.
Oh, a black.
Or in a green study, or a brown study, actually, what am I saying? Or green with envy.
But how do you know when you're you?
I'm always me.
That's a pretty blue pipe.
Thank you. It plays blue notes.
I think I see.
You mean I think I hear?
Yes, that's what I mean.
You don't explain yourself very well.
I'm sorry. But will you tell me how to find the Queen of Hearts?
I'm beginning to see red.
Why are you leaving?
Because I'm belly my head.
What do you mean by that? Oh, a door! Still the wrong door. If you please, ma'am.
Onions and pepper, carrots and pepper, potatoes and pepper. Oh, Fuller, Duchess. What do you want?
For the Duchess, an invitation from the Queen to play croquet.
The Duchess is busy.
Why are you sitting down?
I don't like to sit up.
Is that the Duchess? I'd like to talk to her.
There's no sort of use in knocking if you expect me to open the door for you. First, because I'm on the same side of it as you are.
But really,
Secondly, because they're making such a noise inside, no one could possibly hear you.
oh my!
There might be some sense in your knocking if we had the door between us. For instance, if you were inside, you might knock and I could let you out.
Yes, but
I shall sit here till tomorrow. Or the next day. Maybe. I may sit here on and off for days and days if I happen to feel like it.
there's no use talking to you.
But I don't happen to feel like it.
I'll go in without knocking. Excuse me, but there's too much pepper in that soup.
Nobody asked your opinion. talk to the Duchess, no?
Why did she cook you so much pepper?
Because of her disposition. Pig! You don't know much, and that's a fact.
I'll soon know more, because I'm a year older today than I was yesterday.
Impossible.
Today's my birthday.
And the moral of that is, save the days, and the weeks will take care of themselves.
I don't think that has a moral.
Tut, tut, child. Everything's got a moral, if only you can find it.
A very nice cat.
And the moral of that is, the birds of a feather flock together.
Only a cat isn't a bird.
What a clear way of putting things.
Your words are more confusing than mine.
And the moral of that is, the more there is of mine, the less there is of yours.
Of my what?
I quite agree with you. And the moral of that is, be what you would seem to be. Or if you'd like me to put it more simply, never imagine yourself not to be otherwise than what it would appear to others is not otherwise.
I'd understand that better if you wrote it down.
That's nothing to what I could say if I chose.
Please don't trouble yourself.
No trouble at all. I make you a present of everything I've said.
Why, thank you.
You're thinking about something, my dear. I don't know just yet what the moral is, but I'll remember it in a bit.
I have the right to think.
Did the Queen give you permission?
I haven't met her yet. Can you tell me where she is?
She'll soon be playing croquet, and so will I. If I can get rid of this little... Pig!
Oh, please don't. You'll hurt his precious nose.
If everybody minded their business, it will grow on a great deal faster than it does.
But the world takes 24 hours to turn its axis. And
Talking of axes, have you met the Queen's executioner?
24 hours, I think. Where's the 12? Executioner?
That's what I said.
But why would the Queen need an executioner?
You're rather dull-witted child, and the moral of that is, the duller the axe, the harder it whacks. Speak roughly to your little boy and beat him when he sneezes. He only does it to annoy because he knows it teases. Wow, wow, wow! I speak severely to my boy and beat him when he sneezes, for he can thoroughly enjoy the pepper when he sneezes.
Wow.
Wow, wow!
What a strange way to treat a baby.
Here, you may hold him if you like. I must get ready to play with Katy.
Oh, may I go too?
If you have any sense, you'll stay out of her way.
Good riddance.
Chessie, I am going to that croquet game.
I guess it's no use telling you not to.
No use at all, because I need help from the Queen. Should I take the baby with me? They don't treat him very well.
He's used to it.
Well, don't make such funny noises, dear. Or do you think he was only crying?
In his own way.
Why, he sounds just like a pig. Oh my goodness, he is a pig.
Of course.
I think I ought to get started.
In that direction lives a hatter, and in that direction lives a March hare.
But I want to get to the croquet ground.
Visit either one you like, they're both mad.
I don't think I care to meet them.
Everyone's a little bit mad. You know,
Not you.
sometimes I wonder.
I'm not mad either. I just want to get home as fast as I can.
Then you're going to have to try a lot harder.
Don't go away and leave me. I am trying, but what do I do with this key?
Maybe you've noticed the Queen isn't very popular around here. You might have even guessed why. Some people have a sharp tongue, but with the Queen, it's more than that. But I'll try to keep a watchful eye on Alice, if I can. Hello, girls. Everything going well with you? You know, at transplanting time, you'll have to move. So you're waiting to? And you all look very lovely today.
Oh, such lovely flowers. I wish you could talk.
We can talk when there's anybody worth talking to.
It isn't manners for us to begin, you know? Really, I was wondering when you'd speak. I said to myself, her face has some sense to it, though it's not a clever one.
If only her petals curled up a little more, she'd be all right.
She's an awkward shape, and the petals are definitely beginning to fade.
Nothing of the sort.
Did you hear her contradict me? It's enough to make me wither.
I didn't mean to offend you, but I'm tired of being criticized.
Then why don't you change?
She'd make a fair enough daisy, don't you think?
Why are you planted all in a row?
We'll have a different pattern once we're transplanted. Like this, maybe.
Or maybe like this?
What fun!
Oh, I wish you'd stand still a minute.
Why?
Because you can tell me where to find the Queen of Hearts?
I'm beginning to feel pale.
I'm wilting.
Are you afraid of her?
If she should pick us, we would all lose our heads. Transplanting time, girls. Pick up your pots and let's go.
Things moving again. Chessie, where are you? Chessie?
No room.
There's plenty of room. But may I first see if my key fits in your door?
It's not our door. Used to belong to a clubhouse, but the club broke up because everybody went mad and quit.
Don't you mean everybody got angry and quit?
Of course not.
Oh dear, still the wrong door.
Maybe you have the wrong key.
This has to be the key.
Have some wine.
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
It wasn't very polite of you to offer it.
Well, it wasn't very polite of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table. It's set for a great many more than 3.
Your hair needs cutting.
You shouldn't make personal remarks. It's very rude.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Ooh, a riddle. I believe I can guess that.
Don't you mean you think you can find the answer to it?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least, I mean what I say. That's the same thing.
Not the same thing a bit. Why, you might just as well say, I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see. You might just as well say, I like what I get is the same thing as I get what I like.
You might just as well say, I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same with you. What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
2 days wrong. I told you butter wouldn't suit the works. It was the best butter. Some crumbs must have got in. You shouldn't have put it in with the bread knife. It was the best butter, you know.
What a funny watch. It tells you the day of the month, but it doesn't tell you what time it is.
Why should it? Does your watch tell you what year it is?
Of course not, because it stays the same year for such a long time.
Which is just the case with mine.
I don't quite understand you.
The dormouse is sleeping again.
Of course. Just what I was going to remark myself.
Have you guessed the answer to the riddle yet?
No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea. Nor I.
You should probably do something better with the time than wasting it on riddles that have no answers.
If you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him. I dare say you've never even spoken to time.
I know how to beat time in music.
Ah, that accounts for it. He won't stand for beating. You kept on good terms with time who do almost anything you like with the clock.
Is that the way you manage?
Not I. We quarreled last March. Right after she went mad! Who went mad? It was at the concert. Given by the Queen of Hearts, and I had to sing.
Will you take me to the Queen?
We're not that mad. Perhaps you know my song. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at.
I've heard something like it.
Up, 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 the world so high, like a tea tray in the sky.
Twinkle, twinkle.
I had hardly finished the first verse when the Queen yelled, "Stop! He's murdering the time!" And ever since then, he won't do a thing I ask. It's always tea time now.
Is that why there's so many tea things set out here?
Exactly so. Things have used up.
But what happens when you come to the beginning of this?
Take some more tea.
I've had nothing yet, so I can't take more.
You mean you can't take less? It's very easy to take more of nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Who's making personal remarks now? I want a clean cup. Let's all move one place on. Dormouse, tell us a story. Wake up!
Once upon a time, there were 3 little girls who were just learning how to draw. They drew everything that began with an M,
Why with an M?
Why not?
such as mousetraps, the moon, memory, and muchness. No, you say much of a muchness, but did you ever see a drawing of one?
Well, now that you ask me, I don't think...
Then you shouldn't talk.
This is the stupidest tea party I've been to in all my life.
Dormouse is sleeping again.
I'm not!
Don't put his head in the teacup.
He likes tea.
Oh, my God.
Queen approaches.
Hide before she sees
But I
you.
want to meet her.
That proves you're mad. The queen! Here she comes now. My knees are shaking.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Shut up!
Please, Your Majesty.
How did you get here?
My name's Alice, and I need to get home by 5 o'clock.
I don't like your face.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty, but...
Come to the croquet ground. That's an order.
Maybe she doesn't know how to play.
Then she'd better learn in a hurry.
Your Majesty, did you bake the cherry tarts today?
Certainly, I'll eat them after the game.
Where is the day going? Maybe you forgot something.
Idiot! Everybody follow me to the croquet ground.
Right here, the soldiers are out of step.
Off with their heads!
Oh, dear. She isn't kind-hearted at all.
Who said she was?
Jessie! But where's the rest of you?
Resting, of course.
I'm not used to talking to just a head.
It's my head that does the talking anyway. Can you play croquet?
Not very well.
Good. Because the queen wants to win.
And I want to get home by 5 o'clock in time for my birthday party. Oh, Jessie, that's not the real reason. I want to get home because my mother will be crying and Dinah will be hungry.
Do I see tears in your eyes?
Maybe.
Come now, that's no way to solve the problem.
I can't help it. I miss them so.
Whenever I'm sad, it always helps me to smile. So head up and let's see that great big smile. Come now, bigger than that. There you go. Now you've got it. Now keep smiling and never, never give up.
I'll certainly try. The queen didn't answer my question, so I'll just have to ask her again.
Maybe you should ask yourself.
Who is he? Jessie, where are you?
Still watching?
If you disappear entirely, I won't have a friend left.
Don't forget, I'm a watch cat.
Please watch over me, Jessie. I'm afraid of the queen.
Who isn't?
I've often seen a cat without a grin, but never a grin without a cat.
So, as Alice takes her journey through Wonderland, we find that we have 2 incredibly fat, weird people sitting over here. I don't know what they're doing, but we'll find out in a bit when Alice shows up, somehow, somewhere. But until then, you've noticed the queen isn't very nice, right? Maybe? Possibly? Yes. So, she wasn't always like that. She was a nice little child, but then she came to Wonderland. She liked it. We were all living happy. She showed up. She liked us. Then she met the king. She didn't like him. So, she took over Wonderland, and then everything turned into this. She's the Queen of Hearts. She covered all the bushes with hearts and diamonds and red things. She put this door. She made everyone go under her rule. And here's Alice.
Excuse me, but is this the right way to Queen's Croquet Ground? Are there any doors here? I don't believe that they can speak.
If you think we're waxworks, you ought to pay. Because waxworks weren't made to be looked at for nothing. Know how.
Contrary-wise, if you think we're alive, you ought to address us by name.
You remind me of an old song, and I can't help but saying the words. Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have battle, for Tweedledum said Tweedledee had spoiled his nice new rattle.
It isn't so. Know how.
Contrary-wise, if it was so, it might be. And if it were so, it would be. But as it isn't, it ain't. That's logic.
But did I guess your names? And you didn't tell me how to get to the Queen's Croquet Ground.
Know how.
Contrary-wise.
You've begun wrong. The first thing to do in the visit is saying, how do you do, and shake hands.
That's enough for one dance.
I hope you're not tired.
Know how, and thank you for asking.
So much obliged. Do you like poetry?
Yes, but I have to be going along now.
Let's say the Walrus and Carpenter for her!
The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand. They looked like anything to see.
Such quantities of sand, if this were only cleared away, this sand would be grand.
If it's very long, would you please?
If 7 maids with 7 moths swept a half the year, do you suppose the walrus said?
Now they could get it clear. I doubt it, said the carpenter, and shed a better tear.
The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things, of Susan ships and ceiling wax.
Of cabbages and kings, and where the sea is boiling hot, and where the pigs are waiting.
Thank you very much. That was lovely.
It's not finished yet.
You can finish it some other time.
Know how.
Contrary-wise.
Anyway, it was about a real walrus.
Maybe it's a part of your dream.
I'm not dreaming.
And maybe we are, and you're not dreaming at all.
If we should wake up, we go bang, just like a candle.
I am real.
You won't make yourself a bit realer by crying.
If I wasn't real, I wouldn't be able to cry.
Do you think those are real tears?
Oh, you're talking nonsense. Oh, the sky's clouding over. I wonder if it's going to rain. Oh.
Know how. I don't think it is. At least not under here.
But it may rain outside.
And Maeve chooses leave no objection, contrary-wise.
But I might get wet.
You shouldn't think so much about yourself. Do you see that?
It's only a rattle quite old and worn.
It's spoiled, of course, and he did it.
You should be so angry about such an old rattle.
But it isn't old. It's new. My nice new rattle.
Don't be so angry, please.
Of course, you agree to have a battle.
I suppose it's she gets us ready.
All right, if you must have a battle.
Our helmets!
And our swords.
Such a silly thing to fight about.
I wouldn't mind having been a new one.
I
know
d-
how.
I didn't mean to step on it, contrary-wise.
You did it on purpose.
I did it!
Do I look very pale?
A little.
I am very brave generally. Only now I have a headache.
I've got a toothache.
You better not fight today.
And have him think that I'm a coward.
And have him think I'm a coward.
I'm sure you're both very brave.
What time is it?
After 4, I think.
Let's fight till 5, then have some tea.
I take my eye off of you for 1 minute and you get lost.
Don't scold me, Chessie. I must have taken a wrong turning.
Remember, whatever happens, don't offend the queen.
I'll certainly try not to.
Or
Oh my! Are you hurt?
Good fight, see?
good fight, dumb.
Shall we go for tea now?
I'm ready, but tomorrow I'll knock your head off.
No how. Tomorrow I'll knock your head off.
Contrary-wise.
I never did see such a strange fight.
Call that strange? Wait till you see the queen's croquet game.
Why don't you wait for me? Oh dear, he's always disappearing.
Look out now, 5. Don't go splashing pool all over the place. I couldn't help it. 7 jogged my elbow. Always lays blame on others. You better not talk. I heard the queen say only yesterday you deserve to be beheaded. What for? That's none of your business, too. For talking to the Cheshire Cat. The queen doesn't like the way he grins at her. If he's smart, he'll keep it quiet.
He was with me a little while ago, but now I don't know where he is.
Just as well he's not around.
Why are you painting those roses?
The fact is, miss, this here ought to have been a red rose tree, and we painted them white by mistake.
We're doing our best before she comes because we don't want to lose our heads.
Can these roses talk?
No, miss, they're too young.
I see. And I see you have a door. Do you mind if I try my key out on your door?
No reason why not.
Oh dear, not this door either.
That there one just leads to our tool shed.
Then I'll just have to ask the queen.
Be careful, miss.
Be very careful when she gets angry.
But how else am I going to get home? Oh dear.
She comes.
The queen comes!
Oh, hello, Mrs. Rabbit.
It's a very fine day.
Will you put in a good word for me?
A very fine day indeed if I can keep my head.
Oh, I wish Chessie were here.
Where's the Duchess? Idiot! Have you seen her?
Not for quite some time, Your Majesty.
She's late! Off with her!
You lose your temper before you eat your tart. You'll get indigestion.
Who are these?
They didn't tell me their names.
Turn it over. Yep. Leave off that, you make me giddy.
They didn't mean to, I'm sure.
Everybody tries to annoy me. What have you been doing here?
Please, Your Majesty, we were trying to...
I asked for red roses. Red ones! Off with their heads!
Oh, please, Your Majesty, everybody makes mistakes.
I don't. What are you waiting for?
Your heads are gone, Your Majesty.
Then start the game. Courtiers or croquet balls?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Archers get set. I want to play.
Me too!
Me too!
Little brats! Off
Oh,
with
no, not your own children.
Off with you now, go take a nap.
Why, this looks just like a croquet ball, of course. Your Majesty, I have a favor to ask you. I have to get home by 5 o'clock, and it must be 4:30 by now.
I don't care if it's midnight. Fetch the mallets!
Why, this looks Exactly.
Like a what?
Like a mallet.
You're not quite as stupid as you look.
I think she's quite a nice child, really.
When did you start to think?
Excuse me, my dear. She's quite peculiar looking.
Get to your places! Play! Ivan!
But the game's just started.
Then get on with it!
My back itches.
Over his head!
We need it for the king, my dear.
Remind me to have it done later. Oh, excuse me, Your Majesty. Over his head!
Oh, please,
Over their heads, too!
And the moral of that is, if you don't have two heads, take care of the one you've got.
Is that a cherry tart you're eating?
I wasn't eating anything.
Why are you so interested in cherry tarts? I feel safer if I stayed out of the way.
Stop tearing or I get in my bowl!
Oh, Chessie, I miss you.
How are you getting on?
Had no help from the queen yet. She's too busy with the game.
Maybe you should try asking yourself.
Everything's so confusing.
Only if you allow it to confuse you.
Who's that you're talking to?
And who gave you permission to talk?
This is a friend of mine, Chessie.
I don't like the look of it. Do you, my dear?
Idiot, you may kiss my hand.
I'd rather not.
Don't be impertinent. And don't look at me like that.
I read in a book that a cat may look at a king.
I'm against it. What do you think, my dear?
Over his head!
I'll fetch the executioner.
Oh no!
Play! He has a silly grin.
It's a friendly grin.
Do your duty!
I can't, Your Majesty.
Stuff and nonsense.
You can't cut off the head unless there's the body to cut it off from. Anything that has a head can be beheaded. But I've never had to do such a thing in my life. I don't think I should start now.
If something isn't done in less than no time, I'll have everybody executed all around!
Don't you dare! A terrible thing has happened.
Off with his
Somebody
head!
has stolen your tarts.
Quickly! Tarts? I just baked her cherry tart! That girl did it! Where did she run? After her!
She thinks I stole them.
Somebody's head will roll for this.
I hope it's not mine.
Don't walk so fast.
I have to get away from the queen.
And the moral of that is, if there's a way, never mind it.
I didn't steal her tarts. My family must be terribly worried about me.
Tut tut, probably glad to get rid of you.
Nothing of the kind. And the moral of that is, if you have nothing kind to say, keep still.
You're not very good at saying morals. It takes practice.
Why were you late to Queen's croquet party?
Because I couldn't stop sneezing. And the moral of that is,
If a sneeze you cannot take, then a sneeze you should not make.
yes, of course. Have you met the mock turtle yet?
I don't have time. It'll soon be 5 o'clock.
It's what mock turtle soup is made from. Say how do you do?
How do you do?
Mine is a very sad life. Ask me who my friend is.
Who is she?
Anyone can see that she's a griffin.
Wake up, lazy thing. The mock turtle's about to tell us history.
I'm sorry, but I'm in a hurry. The queen's in a very bad mood just now. She's got a point there.
And the moral of that is, if there's a point, don't get stuck on it.
Start telling. How can we finish if you don't begin?
Once I was a real turtle.
Thank you, sir, for your very interesting history.
We went to school in the sea. Our master wasn't all turtle. We used to call him Tortoise.
Why would you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
Because he taught us. Truly, you are very dull.
You ought to be ashamed to ask such a simple question.
Anyways, I couldn't afford to learn. I only took the regular course.
And what was that?
Reading and writing, of course, and then the different branches of arithmetic. Ambition, distraction, uglification, and derision.
I've never heard of uglification. What is it?
Surely you know what to beautify is, I suppose.
It means to make anything prettier.
Then if you don't know what to uglify is, you are a simpleton.
Please don't cry. I'm quite upset myself.
Would you like to see us do a dance? It's called the Lobster Quadrille.
What sort of dance is it?
Well, first you make a line along the seashore,
2 lines. You advance twice.
each with the lobster as a partner. Exchange lobsters and retire in the same order.
Then you throw your lobsters as far out in the sea as you can.
And swim after them.
We can do it without lobsters. Start singing.
Will you walk a little faster, said a whiting to a snail. There's a porpoise close behind us and he's treading on my tail. See how eagerly the lobsters and the turtles all advance. They are waiting on the shingle. Will you come and join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you, will you join the dance? Won't you, will you, won't you, won't you join the dance?
Oh my, that was a interesting dance. What was that part about the whiting? Isn't that kind of fish?
It's what boots and shoes under the sea are done with. What are your shoes done with?
With blacking, I believe. And what are the shoes under the sea made of?
Oh, soles and eels, of course. Any shrimp could have told you that.
Would y'all like to hear me sing my song?
But the queen's angry with me, and the only way I can escape is to find a door.
You're a door to have me sing? Beautiful soup, so rich and green, waiting in a hot tureen. For such dainties you would not stew. Beautiful soup, beautiful soup, soup of the evening, beautiful soup, beautiful soup, soup of the evening, beautiful, beautiful soup.
The trial's beginning. What? Trial?
Let's hurry.
Everybody will be there. What trial? There's trial.
Your trial.
We're stealing the queen's tarts.
But I didn't. Help me, Chessie. Help me.
Remember what I told you. Come along, miss.
Can't keep the queen waiting.
No, I didn't do it. Ugh. Find her! Find her and be quick about it! No one knows where she is, Your Majesty. Where did she run? No one knows that either.
Maybe she's running in circles, my dear. They always do.
Here she is. No. Oh, won't somebody help me? See the guilty look on her face?
How do you please?
Innocent. She ate all of my beautiful tarts. No. Oh, please let me go home. Prisoner, be seated. I won't. What's going to happen to me? Chessie, where are you?
You'll have a fair trial.
And then we'll find you guilty. That isn't fair. I think it is. There's cherry juice on your face.
Strawberry jam. That's what.
What are the jury writing? They can't have anything to say before the trial's begun.
They're writing down names so that they don't forget them before the trial begins.
Where's the executioner?
Your Majesty, I believe he is still looking for the Cheshire Cat.
Isn't that cat's head gone yet?
It disappeared.
Somebody had better find it.
Now, Your Majesty.
And be quick about it. Come back, I told you to guard Alice.
What Your Majesty said.
Never mind, as I said, do as I say.
Yes, Your Majesty. I don't think she's guilty. No how. Contrary
moral of that is, take care of yourself because nobody else will.
Quiet!
I don't talk unless I have something to say.
Excuse me for being late.
Is that cat's head gone?
All of him is gone. May it please you, your majesties.
Doesn't please me a bit. I think he helped Alice steal my tart.
Nothing of the sort.
Then where is he now?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Don't faint in here or the queen will take action.
That's too smart for his whiskers.
He's my friend.
Why did you steal my tarts?
I didn't, and now it's almost 5 o'clock. With my poor mother and daddy and dear little Dinah, how can I possibly get home again?
You can't.
Not ever?
I mean, you can't get in information from me.
We want information from you.
You refuse to tell me?
Exactly.
The cat was right. He told me to think for myself.
You talk too much.
Sit down. It's time for the trial to begin.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Harold, read the accusation.
The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts along a summer day, but Alice came and stole those tarts and took them quite away.
Let the jury consider their verdict.
Not yet, not yet. There's still a great deal to come before that.
Call the first witness.
The Hatter.
I beg your pardon, Your Majesties, but I hadn't quite finished this when I was sent for.
You ought to have finished. When did you begin?
14th of March, I think it was. 15th.
16.
Write that down. Take off your hat.
It isn't mine.
Stolen!
I keep them to sell because I'm a hatter. I have none of my own.
Did you see Alice steal my tarts?
I was too busy with the dormouse.
Give your evidence and don't be nervous, or she'll have you executed on the spot.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty, and I hadn't begun my tea. Not in a week or so, not with the twinkling of the
The
tea.
twinkling of what?
It began with the tea.
Of course, twinkling begins with the T. You take me for a dunce? Go on.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty, and most things twinkled after that. Only the March hare said...
I didn't.
You did!
I deny it. What is about my tarts?
Well, at any rate, the dormouse said, and then I took more bread and butter.
What did the dormouse say?
That I can't remember.
You must remember, or the queen will have you executed.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty.
And a very poor speaker. Suppress those jurors!
I've always wondered what suppressing the noise meant.
That's all you know. You may step down.
I can't go any lower. I'm on the floor as it is.
Then you may sit.
I'd rather finish my tea.
You may go.
Just take his head off outside.
Later, my dear. Call the next witness.
The cook.
Give your evidence.
No,
Why?
Your Majesty, you must cross-examine this witness.
Why?
Because she's a cross one.
Yes, I see. What are tarts made of?
Pepper, mostly. And the moral of that is, a sneeze in time saves 9.
9 what?
Don't ask me.
You're out of order.
In my opinion, there isn't any order.
Don't give your opinion when it isn't asked for. That's all you know. You may go.
Have some more pepper!
Call the next witness. Alice.
Me?
Explain why you stole the queen's tarts.
I never even saw them.
Ha, that's very important.
Unimportant, Your Majesty means.
Unimportant. Of course I mean. Important, unimportant. Important, unimportant. Did the tarts taste good?
I don't know, because I didn't eat any.
They weren't sweet enough. I used plenty of sugar.
Let the jury consider their verdict.
More evidence, Your Majesty. I just picked up this piece of paper.
What's in it?
I haven't opened it yet.
It must be a letter written by the prisoner to somebody.
Unless it was written to nobody, which isn't usual, you know.
Who is it addressed to?
There's no name. In fact, there's nothing on it at all.
I didn't write anything to anybody.
A likely story.
It's true.
If you didn't sign it, that only makes the matter worse. You must admit some mischief, or you would have signed your name.
That proves her guilt. So off
It proves nothing of the sort. Won't you listen to me? If there's nothing on that paper, then there's no meaning to it.
If there's no meaning, then that saves a world of trouble. It fits!
What fits? ever steal my tarts?
No.
Where?
Now we have them both. So off with their heads!
No.
Down.
No. Stay right where you are. I forbid you to touch him.
She says she forbids us.
No. Stay there. Off with their heads.
Off with their heads! Off with their heads!
Stop shouting! I think I'm actually seeing you all for the first time.
Stop looking!
You're not real at all. You're only a pack of cards. A strong wind would blow you across the meadow.
The wind! It's coming!
It's here! Edward, God! I'm a whole year older today than I was yesterday. Why did it take me so long to realize?
I bet you know your key's name now.
I think its name must be Understanding.
Yes. The key is understanding.
But what door will it open?
As you grow older, understanding will open every door.
As I grow older?
Just walk behind that wall, by the rabbit hole, with the key in your hand, and you'll be back in the land of reality.
With my family and Dinah?
Yes.
In time for my birthday party, and a cake with the pink icing, and all my friends having fun?
Yes.
I'll miss you. Do come with me.
I can't do that.
Please, Chessie.
In your world, I would be a normal cat. I couldn't talk or go and come as I please. It's much better for me to be a Wonderland cat.
Yes, I understand that. I'm so much more grown up than I used to be.
I knew that day would come.
But aren't you afraid of the Queen?
Not the least bit. She never really executes anybody. We all have fun pretending.
Oh, I'll be glad to get home, but I'm so glad I came here. Thank you for being my friend and my watch cat.
Thank you for being my friend.
Maybe someday I'll come back and see you.
You cannot do that. Once a child leaves Wonderland, they can never come back.
I'm beginning to understand that too. Sure you won't come with me?
Goodbye, Alice.
Goodbye, Chessie. Goodbye, Wonderland.
And goodbye to you too. Watch out for rabbit holes.